We have begun the day by test riding the road bias version in the Tiger 1200 range, and this is it, the GT Pro. And I apologize for the bike being dirty. I mean, it's a Tiger, so what do you expect? It is easy to differentiate the GT Pro from the rest of its siblings simply because its intentions are very clear. What we have here is a 19-inch alloy front wheel and an 18-inch at the rear. Metzeler Tourance tires take care of grip at either end, and this suspension has 200 mm of travel, and these are Showa units, electronically adjustable with automatic preload at the rear. The new Tiger 1200 is an evolution in every sense, but the change in design has been relatively subtle. Minimal bodywork with maximum exposure of the engine and chassis has been a familiar design language for the big Tigers. The only bodywork on the motorcycle is found at the front, from the reworked headlamp all the way to the motorcycle's 20-litre fuel tank. Although it continues to look massive, the Tiger's styling is significantly leaner and somehow more aggressive than its predecessor. The motorcycles we rode were also equipped with crash guards around the bodywork and the engine, giving it a go anywhere and do anything stance. The lower half showcases one of the biggest structural changes with the new motorcycle. The single-sided swing arm has been replaced with a new aluminium unit that Triumph are calling Tri-Link. They claim that this setup is up to 1.5 kilograms lighter than its predecessor. The GT Pro uses 18 and 19-inch alloy wheels, while the Rally Pro is equipped with an 18 and 21-inch spoke wheel setup along with tubeless tires. The instrument cluster on the Tiger 1200 is a familiar 7-inch color screen that offers Triumph's familiar layout and a plethora of options, including the My Triumph connectivity system. The layout is easy to read, and the joystick on the left-hand side of the handlebar makes toggling through the menus a simple affair. But there is a noticeable lag at times. In the softest setting, the 1200 is a sofa on wheels. It absorbs everything very easily, you barely feel anything. In the mid setting, it is exactly what you expect out of it, a compromise between sport and comfort. And when you tone it up all the way into sport, the rear comes up a little bit, and this bike is almost as good as a sport bike on stilts. But having spent all morning riding this on the tight and technical twisties of Shimla, if you ask me, I would prefer to keep this bike in road mode in the normal suspension setting, because that's where this big beast is the easiest to handle and the most enjoyable. The Tiger GT has an 850 mm saddle height, while the Rally Pro is taller at 875 mm. Yes, lower seats are available as accessories. The seat itself is well padded to support long hours on the road and makes life easy for most riders taller than 5 feet 10. Although Triumph claimed that the center of gravity is lower, the way the weight is distributed demands a considerable amount of strength to move the motorcycle around. Now let's get to the business end of the Tiger 1200 GT Pro, the 1160cc triple-cylinder engine. This produces a massive 150 horsepower and 130 Newton meters of torque. And the best thing about this engine is this torque is spread in a very generous mix from the low range to the mid-range and to do top-end duties as well. And this engine is mated to a 6-speed gearbox, and Triumph are offering a quick shifter as an accessory. The biggest change in this engine is the use of a T-plane crank, which we first saw in the Tiger 900. This new crank arrangement, in tandem with an uneven 1-3-2 firing order, results in 2 short gaps between the first 2 power pulses and a long gap before the third one arrives, giving the engine a different character at low and mid ranges. To be honest, the tight, twisty roads from Shimla to Narkanda is not what I would have picked to test the Tiger 1200's capabilities, because there was not much room to do anything higher than third gear. But it did showcase how much the handling has improved. With the suspension set up just right and road mode selected, any reservation I had about the motorcycle's weight was lost to the wind. The Tiger only waited for me to select a line and flick it onto its side. Then it powered through curve after curve like a locomotive on rails. It is easy to get carried away when riding a powerful motorcycle on well-paved mountain roads, but Triumph have that covered with top-shelf braking componentry. Brembo Stylema monoblock calipers bite into twin discs at the front, and the ferocity of braking is precisely regulated by the Magura MC1 radial master cylinder. With the safety net of cornering ABS in place, in most instances, I found myself using just one finger to set the pace into a corner. I must point out that the Tiger 1200s come equipped with Showa semi-active suspension that features automatic preload adjustment along with electronic adjustment. Personally, I found the mid setting offers the best compromise, a healthy mix of stability and comfort. It's almost time to switch motorcycles, but before that, let me tell you that the Triumph Tiger GT Pro has been an absolute blast on Shimla's twisties. This motorcycle has done everything I've asked of it. Triumph have done a very good job with the pricing, because this motorcycle in this trim is priced at rupees 19.19 lakh ex-showroom. And there is a larger GT Explorer which has a 30-litre fuel tank as compared to this one's 20, and that is priced rupees 1.50 lakh more. At this price, the Tiger 1200 significantly undercuts most of its competition by offering a large number of features as standard. Following the GT Pro, we now arrive with the off-road focused Rally Pro Tiger. And as you can see, this motorcycle is intended purely for fun off the road, in the dirt and all kinds of terrain. So let's go ahead and see what's special about this variant of the Tiger 1200. Having enjoyed the luxury of grip on tarmac, it was time to explore terrain where traction was at a premium, and the Rally Pro was built for the task. Spoked wheels wrapped with tubeless Metzeler Karoo tires easily speak about this Tiger's intentions. If that is not enough, then the higher ground clearance and longer travel suspension settles it. Even with the traction control off in off-road Pro mode, the linear fueling made it easy to play with the throttle, and the precise braking feel helped me keep things in check whenever my enthusiasm got the better of me. Minor slides were easily corrected, and the Rally Pro never seemed to be out of shape or overly boisterous. Having spent the afternoon on trails around Shimla, I like a few things about the Rally Pro. The first is the engine, which is very similar to the GT Pro, and the second is the suspension department. Showa units handle suspension duties on this motorcycle as well, but it has slightly more travel, 220 mm to be precise. And the third thing that I like are the brakes. Brembo monoblock units, biting on twin discs at the front, have such precise and fine feedback that I never found myself using the rear brake and just relying purely on the front. If the Tiger 1200 is the flagship of the Tiger range, then this motorcycle, the 1200 Rally Pro, is the flagship for off-road enthusiasts. By pricing it very aggressively, Triumph are offering a package that is not just capable but also fully equipped with tons of features. This particular motorcycle is priced at rupees 20.19 lakh ex-showroom, and the 30-litre variant, which is the Rally Explorer, is priced ₹1.5 lakh more. So that's it from Shimla for today. If you liked what you saw, do not forget to like, share and subscribe. And if you have any more questions about these flagship Tigers, then do not forget to ask us in the comment section, and we will get back to you as soon as possible. Until next time.